Hey, it's Cliff, and I was sent this Dave Ramsey video, and basically the sum of the video is that one of the Ramsey personalities made a video on the 4% withdrawal rule, which is pretty much the holy grail of the FIRE movement for people that want to retire early. And so in this clip, the caller calls into the Ramsey show, and he starts asking about the 4% withdrawal rate, to which Dave Ramsey loses his mind, and he starts going off on one of his employees, George Kamel, on air. And to me, I was surprised. For a guy that hosts a entree leadership podcast, you would think he would know the basic rule of leadership of, we praise in public and we talk to them in private, right? But he doesn't. On the air, he just trashes this guy. So I figured in this video, we could watch the video. And not only is Dave just wrong about the numbers in the video, he just shows poor leadership. And this is a terrible company to work for. And it is so terrible, I want to link this down below. So this is Glassdoor, and this is for Ramsey Solutions, the company that Dave Ramsey owns. And basically, if you haven't used Glassdoor before, it's just a place where people can post reviews of companies that they've worked for. So say you're going to get a job, you want to go to Glassdoor, you want to see some reviews, what is the company actually like? What am I stepping into? What is the work environment? What do they pay? Are they competitive? That kind of thing. So I'm going to paste this down below in the description so you can go through this, because it is quite interesting, the amount of people that did not like working for Ramsey Solutions at all. Like, the reviews are pretty bad, and it's kind of entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. But I found one here. I'll just, take a little bit of our time before we get into the video to read, because I thought it was a little bit amusing. This is from an anonymous employee, and they state, "It would be rude to a potential candidate if I did not share this experience about Ramsey Solutions' Christian beliefs, specifically within their educational department. It is hard to determine if Ramsey Solutions' Christian foundations are genuine or a facade. One thing that led me to this company was the Christian virtues they proclaim. I was disappointed in leadership when they began to pray in a department-wide meeting centered around prayer about how the recent hurricanes in Florida would be impacting their sales and their inventory first. Then they jokingly mentioned after about praying for people and children. They will pray for blessings on a specific dollar amount, with team members interrupting with hoots and hollers. Even though Dave and leadership consistently pray over the team, make no mistake, this company's main focus is money, hoping that this issue can be corrected by leadership and that this is not coming from a genuine place of using God's name as a branding image. Unfortunately, I don't feel confident to share this information with leadership due to fear of retaliation." That just tells you right there the kind of climate that you're going to go into if you wanted to work for Ramsey Solutions. And they actually did follow up with a response. Yes, the companies can come back and respond to the anonymous reviews. And they said, "We would encourage you to share your experience with the leadership department. Every team member is encouraged to share their thoughts and opinion with leadership here at Ramsey Solutions." And yeah, right. We've heard this from big companies literally all the time. That is just a way for you to immediately get fired for some unrelated reason that is actually related. So anyway, let's bring up the video.
So my question today is, I'm baby step 4, 5, and 6. I have about $120,000 saved for retirement. That's across my IRA, my Roth IRA, my wife's Roth IRA, and the 401k.
How old are you?
And I'm 30 years old.
Good for you. Well done.
Thank you. I feel, from what I've been running the numbers with, that I'm on the teetering edge of coasting financial independence. And I'm trying to best understand my plan with the end in mind. So how I'm going to turn that nest egg when I retire into income. I found on your website a little article that talks about 4 to 5% withdrawal rate. And I was trying to run the numbers around that, and I thought I was close. And then about a month ago, George Kamel released a video that said that the
Look at Dave's face during this. He starts to just get crazy.
Withdrawal rate for a 30-year time horizon should be closer to 3%. So if I can establish financial independence comfortably, then
He is fuming. Just look at that mug.
I was wondering if I could ease up on baby step 4 to pay off the house faster.
Okay, I'm a little confused because I don't know what the hell George is doing a 3% withdrawal rate, because that's absolutely wrong. I'm going to have to find out where that video is and get it taken down, because that's just wrong. You don't need to have a 3% withdrawal rate. That's ridiculous. Or I hope you misunderstood. I hope we didn't put out trash like that.
Was it 4 to 5%?
No, it shouldn't be 4 to 5%. It ought to be more than that. I mean, if you're
Well,
making 12 in good mutual funds and the S&P is average 11.8, and if inflation for the last 80 years is average 4%, if you make 12 and you need to leave 4% in there for inflation raises, that leaves you 8.
See, this is where Dave gets into his horrible math. What he's looking at is taking 8% every year, thinking the market's going to return 12%. And that's just not what happens. Where he's wrong in thinking that is the market obviously depreciates. There's going to be negative years in the market. It's okay. Average, it's always net positive. But you're going to roll up to 1 or 2 bad years. And if you're taking 8% in those years, you're eating into your nest egg. The math just doesn't work like that.
So I'm perfectly comfortable drawing 8. But if you want to be a little bit conservative, 7, but sure not 5 or 3.
Well, I was trying to back check it because, the 3 to 5, I thought that was a big range. And a lot of the studies I found showed.
Well, there's a lot of studies that are stupid in this space.
So,
it's just wrong. Listen, man, the math I just gave you is the math. If you're making 12% and inflation is 4 and you leave 4 in there, so your nest egg grows by 4. It's simple. 8 is.
It's not that simple. I'm just amazed how somebody can be so wrong and so confident. Imagine just working with this guy. Imagine you're trying to explain simple issues to this guy and he's trying to make it even more simple, but it's incorrect. And you have to struggle to work with this guy to explain to him that it's not we make 12 every year. You don't make 12 every year. Nobody makes 12. That's not how this works, and that you are eating into your principal if you're going to take 8 every year. Even if you take 7, you could not take any of those numbers that he's actually bringing up.
Is what's left over. So if you got $1 million and you leave 4% in there, that's $40,000. Okay, so you now have $1,040,000. So the next year you get a rate of return of 12%, 11.5% on the $1,040,000. Mm-hmm. And the next year it'll be, $1,090,000, 1.1, right?
So basically what he's saying there is you should be able to take 8% off your $1 million. And I actually ran these numbers just so you could have a visual to see how wrong this guy is. Now remember, the caller is talking about a longer than 30-year retirement. He is trying to achieve financial independence, retire early. So let me bring up the numbers. So what I have here is the Monte Carlo simulator. Basically, it just runs you through market trends throughout various years to see if you were able to withdraw a certain amount on your main capital. So I put $1 million in. We're going to take out 20K quarterly, which obviously equals 80K, just like Dave Ramsey is saying. And as you scroll down, we're going to get to here. At your 20-year period, this isn't even making it to your 30-year retirement, you're only going to have a 62% chance of survival. So you're looking at an almost 40% chance that after 20 years, you're going to go broke. So this guy, I think he was like probably 20, maybe 30. Let's say he was 30 and he decides he's going to fire. By the time he's 50, he might go broke. Now, at 50, he might not be able to get a job after 20 years of unemployment. He might not be in a condition to get employment anymore. And he might have another 50 years of life ahead of him that he's going to be broke. So just ask yourself when you're thinking about what Dave Ramsey's saying here, is that a chance that you're really going to want to take? Really? A 40% chance of failure? Do you really think that's worth it? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to take that chance. I'd probably drop it back down, maybe do a 3 to 4% withdrawal rate. And I think that'll make you in the clear.
All these goobers out there have always put this 4% crap in the market. And I'm just irate right now that we have joined the stupidity.
Why is it that stupid though?
It's too low. Because
it's stupid because Dave hates math. Math bad. Studies bad.
And what it sets up is, this guy now, he doesn't think he's got enough money, and he's already got $120,000 and he's 30 years old and he's on a plan. He's on a plan to be very wealthy, and he's worried he's going to have enough money or not.
Yeah.
Because stupid people put out low withdrawal rates.
Do you think Dave feels shame when he actually realizes that he's wrong? Or he just kind of goes on and just forgets that it ever happened? To me, it seems like he would just never bring up the topic again and just pretend like it didn't happen.
The problem is when you go down these stupid nerd rabbit holes in these Reddit threads with these morons who live in their mother's basement.
That's me. He's talking about me, the nerd, right here. I like math. I like actual numbers. And I think showing people data with actual facts of how the numbers are going to play out is actually a good thing. That's just my opinion. I think people want to see actual real numbers. And if the real numbers scare you from investing to save for your retirement, I don't think I can help you. I can't. You have to want to actually save for your retirement within yourself. I can't force that for you. All you got to do is walk into Walmart and see your 80-year-old Walmart door greeter. Do you want that life for yourself? Do you? If you want that life, you're going to get to 80 years old and you have no money for retirement when you should be sitting at home watching The Price is Right, maybe calling your grandchildren once in a while. If you want that life, don't invest. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you about the numbers to get you to invest a little bit to not get that life. That's just not how this works for me.
With a calculator, and then you put that out into the dadgum community, and then people go, I don't have enough money. It's hopeless. I'll never be able to save enough to retire.
Before my blood pressure gets too high, I'm going to move on from this one, all right? Dave's wrong. Everybody knows he's wrong. I've shown you the numbers, so that's pretty much going to be it for this one. Dave's wrong. This is probably the worst take that he's ever had, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.